So hello, my name is Zana, and I'm a learning consultant with and MCC mentor assessor working with the HRD New Zealand Moodle partner. Among with my colleagues Vasily and George, we're going to present you the Greek effort of FreeMoodle. So what's FreeMoodle? Before we start talking about the Greek effort in FreeMoodle, we have to explain a bit and define what FreeMoodle is. In simple words, FreeMoodle is an organization that provides completely free Moodle hosting for completely free Moodle courses. Its motto and ultimate goal is to change the world for the better through Moodle-enabled free education. This site is entirely founded and supported by Human Resource Development in the Moodle partner in New Zealand. And HRD is a well-known Moodle partner who offers, among others, online Moodle, Mahara, and Moodle theme training courses. It's also popular because of the Moodle Course Creator Certificate. HRD is the official global certification manager. And last year, FreeMoodle started from HRD. So how this happened? Well, FreeMoodle encapsulates and realizes the high value of free education. And as all high values, it has been inspired from a very special person, Heidi Miller Foxwell. Last year, HRD family and the entire Moodle community lost Heidi. She was the first certified Moodler worldwide, and she was working for 5 years as mentor assessor, has helped a lot of people, including me, to increase their expertise in Moodle and get certified, of course. Heidi loved Moodle. She loved the spirit of the Moodle community, and she loved helping people. So this site, FreeMoodle, exists to take forward the ideals she held dear. Now this site provides free Moodle hosting for free courses, so anyone in the world can create courses to help others, and of course others can also benefit from it. But who would expect to find a small team from Greece to get activated in a New Zealand site? Especially now that Greece is in the first line of the world's economic crisis. Well, despite the picture of Greeks that media cultivate, there are here too people who believe in creation and offer. So having met in the Moodle Bytes courses, and since FreeMoodle had already launched, we thought to utilize some outdated material. The material of some e-courses that the University of Macedonia had run a few years ago. Between October 2006 and March 2010, University of Macedonia developed the Greek version of 5 modules of the OpenICDL, translating and updating the initial content that had been provided by the ICDL Foundation Africa, under the supervision of university teachers Mr. Margaritis and Daglileris. The e-learning team of the Library and Information Center of the University of Macedonia ran the 5 modules for Windows and Linux groups separately for more than 3 years. Those courses were created and run with a great success for the Greek data under the Ploegis project. That was a project co-founded by the European Union and National Resources Project. Well, when this project ended, the course left unanalyzed. So likely they were under Creative Commons license, actually attribution or commercial share alike. So it was easy for us to take this content and work with it. We start by updating the course content. Then we build from scratch the courses in FreeMoodle, and then we announce the courses in places relevant to open source software communities like mailing lists, blog sites, Facebook, whatever. And the goal due at around 50 days. And we, we start running the course, just like that. Now, the first course we ran was the course about spreadsheets, and Vasilis was the teacher of this course, and he is the person who updated the old material and created the spreadsheet course. So Vasilis will talk about this course.
Hello from me. Hello
Vasily,
from me. I am a physicist and a teacher, also an MCCC. I'll present to you my e-lesson. In this screenshot, you can see a typical module. This is the second one of the Calc course. Course layout is quite simple. A small introduction, the static material, and the exercises. The whole course use 9 weeks, where the first week is dedicated to know each other, help people download LibreOffice and get familiarized with Moodle environment. Accordingly, the last week is dedicated to the assessment. From Moodle perspective, this course uses labels, pages, lessons, quizzes, assignments, choices, and feedback. The goal was to create an effective, wide self-studying course that will demand low facilitation. If participants meet the requirements and complete the course successfully, then they are allowed to download their certificate. Calc has already run twice, once during October-December 2011 and one early in 2012.
well,
In the first run, we had 22 students, while 16 of them completed the course successfully. Our audience had a great diversity. The ages varied from 18 to 55, and they were from the whole country. In the second run, we had 10 actual students, while 6 of them completed the course successfully. Our audience again was patchy. The ages varied from 18 to 50, coming from different places of Greece. What was particularly interesting during this run was that one of the students was teacher and trainer, conducting at the time a training for educators on the ICT. Part of the ICT training was the demonstration of Moodle LMS. So, what could, what could be a better demonstration than joining them in Calc as students? Around 20 teachers enrolled in course, not to take the course, but to see what is and how Moodle can work. It was a great experience. They had queries about the system and the method. They were curious and interested in it. They finally managed to understand the basics about Moodle and how an asynchronous course works. Here are listed the main points of the feedback of the actual participants of Calc. The majority of participants found LibreOffice particularly interesting, the course content and structure helpful, Moodle and asynchronous e-learning method very effective, spent 1 to 3 hours per week per module, are interested to participate in more LibreOffice courses. As teacher of this course, I spent 2 months on updating the content and building the course, though I needed just 2 hours per week to facilitate it. Although the numbers are not impressive yet, I felt satisfied for the overall work. When I started working on calc, I never thought about the time I had to invest preparing the course. I just thought that this course could be my contribution to my country in this hard epoch. As an overall feedback from my side, I would say that I am 30 years in the field of education, and I found the experience of e-teaching particularly interesting. I want to run another course in FreeMoodle, and I highly recommend to anyone else. That's all for Calc. Now George will talk to you about our second course in Press.
Thank you. Hello, my name is George. I am a member of the Greek FreeMoodle team as facilitator of free courses about Libre software. I am excited to be participating in this online e-conference. And now let's start my presentation about Impress course. In this screenshot, you can see a typical module. This is the second one of the Impress course. As you may notice, Impress is following the same general structure as Calc. A small introduction, the studying material, and the activities. I followed this design because it's effective. It relies on the basics of the adult education and e-learning. Especially the activities have been designed in a way that students will immediately utilize the gained knowledge to their interests. The whole course views 8 weeks, where the first week is dedicated to know each other, help people download LibreOffice, and get familiarized with Moodle environment, while the last week is dedicated to the assessment. Same as in Calc. From Moodle perspective, this course uses labels, pages, lessons, quizzes, assignments, choices and feedback. The tools are actually the same as in Calc, although in Impress lessons have been used for content delivering and assessment. Also, more assignments have been added. Thus, this course is more demanding on facilitation. Of course, if participants meet the requirements and complete the course successfully, then will be allowed to download their certificate. I have to say that Impress is a very new course. Actually, iMoot find us in the end of the third, start of fourth week. The open call for participation gave us again a group of great diversity, 33 people from all over the Greece, between 20 and 55. Since the course is underway, we can't talk about official feedback. But few things are pretty clear from student side. They seem to like Moodle environment and the interaction with the system. They are very satisfied with the method of asynchronous learning, especially with its flexibility. Anytime, anywhere, given the general time frame. Likely, this seems to be a tight class. They feel comfortable to express queries and participate in forums. And they feel confident that facilitator or peers will respond the soonest possible. So I would dare to say given the data so far, that we managed to create a learning community where students participate more, are able to work independently, are motivated and engaged, receive support, access multiple methods of learning, and have opportunities to collaborate, communicate, and reflect. Like Vasilis, I spent 2 months updating the content and building the course. For facilitation, though, due to many assignments, I need around 6 hours per week. Although, Impress is still in the middle way. I feel satisfied from students' performance and their updated interest towards the course. Also, I have to say that I am very impressed with their attitude. The seriousness and respect of the deadlines, the collaboration between them and with me. To summarize my so far experience in FreeMoodle, I would say that I am very happy that I am facilitator in FreeMoodle, that I have the ability to share my knowledge and help people increase their own. Students' great response and positive feedback in this effort is the only reward for us and give us strength to continue. And we will. That was all for Impress. Anna will continue and conclude this presentation. Thank you.
Well, you all know that voluntary work isn't easy. We're all striving to deal with paid jobs, family, and everyday routine. Inspiration and alliances are the ingredients that feeds the volunteers. Starting with the inspiration by Heidi's personality, Vasilis' will to offer in a suffering country, and George's enthusiasm to maintain the offer, we are happy now to join forces with a great alliance, the Greek Look Association. Greek Look is an association of Greek users and friends of free software, open source software. It's a no-profit, no government association for the adoption of open standards and the promotion of free software. Uh, Griglu is currently in Greece one of the most active associations. So it is located in Thessaloniki in North Greece. It's close to me and George. And just to give you an idea about what Griglu is doing, we are listing here some of their most recent projects. They did some support work and donation to the fourth elementary school of Pilea, recreating the school PC lab with technology to automate school class management. They did some support work and donation to the Social Solidarity Clinic, setting up their fourth PCs and installed a server with the electronic medical record-free software, and also established a connection of all PCs in a local network. They donate and support to the Greek Children's Shelter, rebuilding the PC lab for the Children's Shelter, and creating the whole infrastructure. They did also a school seminar to present free software organized for teachers and students. Well, from all this short introduction to Greek Loom, it's obvious that we both, FreeMoodle team and Greek Loom, share the same values and visions. So you can imagine our pleasure when a day suddenly the phone rang and they asked us the old content of the OpenICDL that had been created from the University of Macedonia. All in all, we agreed to share the work of updating the old content and create and offer more courses. We expect the content to be ready sometime around the end of 2012. And in parallel, we're investigating ways to set up a recognized in public sector certification on the basic use of computers using open source software. So, that was the story of three stranger people who met each other in Moodle courses somewhere in New Zealand and boosted from the ideas of openness, start creating and offering some courses for three reasons: to freely help people who might need the specific knowledge, to activate more spirits in the same direction, and to show the world that despite Greece's difficult financial condition, there are people who insist to be creative and use creation and offer as an antidote to the crisis. Thank you very much for being with us. So if you have any questions you would like to answer. I can see Clive's question here. Yeah, we have the same belief here. Yes, we do believe that volunteering work is the only antidote to keep us uh, to keep our strength high. Otherwise, it will be we have no future. Mariel, it's quite odd, you know. We start translating this material from English on 2006. We are updating it now in Greek. No, to be honest, we haven't thought to translate them. I don't know how confident are we are with our English skills to make a translation from Greek to English. Perhaps if we find some more alliance in that direction, perhaps we will think about it. We would love to, Clive, to do that. Actually, FreeMoodle is open to the world, so we are open too. If there is interest, why not? Yes, we would love to. And also, I'm not sure if David or Clive asked um, regarding participants and Moodle. I have used Moodle while I was working in the University of Macedonia and now in FreeMoodle. I've seen users with very, very low knowledge on ICT to use Moodle effectively and take and complete successfully courses on Moodle. Just to give you an idea, uh, when we made the announcement for when we shared the call for participation, we had only one requirement. That was that people who will get registered in the courses have to know how to use email. If they have an email account and they can use it, send and receive email, that was enough for us. We didn't want anything else. If someone has this minimum requirement, then we are sure that he can participate in Moodle pretty well. Thank you very much, Mariel, for your kind words. Glad to know, for volunteers, this work and good words have also a great meaning. Do you need something else? Did I miss something? Absolutely. Clive, this is our belief, but our belief meaning that people who is already familiar with open source, uh, we always believe that open source is an opportunity, either save money or in time of crisis, there is no alternative. Uh, but it's true that things in Greece are not easy for open source software. We are not very fan of them. We're not. It's open source software is not used a lot. There is, I would say, a percentage of 30% that of the ICT users that use um, open source. So the 70% use proprietary. Our idea, and likely Giglung's idea, is to create the courses and provide the courses and provide training to make to help people believe that they can live with no proprietary software. It should be, but it's not. To Clive. Synchronous learning should be uh, of great importance, but it's not. Several efforts from the Ministry of Education haven't been concluded. I mean, they have been started, but not really ended somewhere. Asynchronous learning is not used as much it should be. Well, I think it's because we have quite a our politics are not that capable so far. I think it's a question of political will. I don't know. I think, Vasily, what do you think? Why why you think asynchronous learning is not of national strategic importance?
I hope that it could be the next political idea for the Greek.
We all hope
The
that, I
previous,
think. We all hope that.
politics had not such ideas. Help me.
Yes, but since the previous elections, a lot of things have happened in Greece, and things are even more and more harder. We would love to see things changing. Where are you from, Clive? Clive?
Δεν έχει μικρόφωνο, Άννα.
No, he's answering. Yeah. Yes, yes, definitely. Do you use in London, in England? Do you use asynchronous learning and free software, open source software? Mm-hmm. Right. Life. This is forced by the government or is depending on the will of its teacher. Because here in Greece there are many teachers who use Moodle, but this is something that absolutely is depending from teacher's will. And if the teacher wants to do it, he will do it. He is allowed to do it. Yes, with as you say, we in Greece you will find hundreds of teachers using Moodle to some extent, mostly for blended courses. But uh, this is not our policy. It's not the ministry's policy saying that every school should have Moodle and working in a blended environment. Yeah. So I guess why is good that it's not a policy? Wouldn't be more, more boosted asynchronous learning if there was a policy saying that every school has to use to some extent e-learning. Yeah, George, this this is the standard claim of every teacher in Greece, I think. Hmm. Yeah, this is an interesting approach. I mean, George, he can say better. He's a teacher in a public school, and he has created his own Moodle to deliver his courses. And I know, like George, there are many others. Yeah, I think that yes, this is a good point of view. I would agree with you, Clive, and I think that we need to move forward because we do have a lot of people working, so we somehow need to make this group even bigger and not waiting for the policy. In your school, you are the one who set up Moodle, or is school's decision, and it is used from all the school teachers. Well, this is you're putting your points, Clive, are very, very accurate, very to the bone. Uh, there is a concept in Greece that a lot of people share, saying that if I'm going to be trained and if I'm going to learn something, I want this something to be recognizable from the government, recognizable from the public sector. So this will have an effect to my salary and to my growth in my career. So there is not too much. There is not enough will for. There is no enough audience, if you like. Uh, Not enough people saying that I want to learn something just to learn it, and I'm going to use that in my job, in my everyday work. If nobody won't ask it. No, look, we can always share a certificate with or without the university, but this certificate won't be recognizable from the public sector. There has there is a different procedure for that. Yes, yes, yes. Actually, they by making this alliance with curriculum, we also are discussing to other ideas like yours on how to train some some teachers, on how to set up Moodle for some schools. But these projects are still under discussion, thus we don't mention them at all. But you are absolutely right. This is our direction. Yes, yes, yes. Well, yeah, that's true. What George says, it's um, it's true. And there is a fear towards open source software, because there is still mm, people still believe that open source software is for geeks. A lot of people, when hear about open source software, knows Linux, and when they think about Linux, they always think about console things. And okay, they are left quite behind. But we will be trying. We'll keep trying. Exactly. Exactly. I think the one thing that made Greek Lung Association so popular nowadays in Greece is exactly what John says. Uh, they they are not just talking about open source software. They are not just providing open source software solution. They are also provide the support. So that was the reason that they came to us and asked the content for the training courses. This is a key, indeed. Are there associations in your area about open source software? Yes, yes. Really? No communities, locals? Well, okay, I guess there is no need to be because the main communities are English speakers, so you won't, you don't actually need a local community. Our communities in Greece are also doing a lot of work on translating the softwares and supporting, of course, everything. Mhm. You know, they know how to not lose the customers, Clive. In Greece, a few years ago, uh, Microsoft did a huge offer providing, I don't remember how many licenses for the schools. I think she covered the whole school labs with MS Office. If you know, you understand, of course, the concept was to cultivate our youngs to get used to the proprietary software and make them slaves of them for the future. Yeah, indeed, indeed, they should have done that. About what John said about the schools working in isolations, uh, that's so true. There is yet a fear towards openness. A lot of people doesn't feel comfortable with the idea of sharing his own work. But I think Creative Commons are a great example on how share your content without losing it. I think it's quite stupid to work in isolation because if you share an idea, you help the idea grow. Can you imagine what would have happened if Martin hadn't said Moodle code? I don't want. I don't want to even thought about that. Yes, yes, I agree, Clive. I think this is even uh, more strong in universities. In university level, people and teachers are really scared to share their own uh, artifacts, ideas, or papers, or notes. I don't know. I hope we will sometime we will get over this fear. Really? Do you think that Moodle says only 20%? I was thinking, I thought that Moodle had a much greater percentage. Really? That's very interesting. That's right. Um, a drawback of commercial LMSs is that they're too expensive, first of all. They are not well supported in all languages. We had several problems on translations uh, of the system, and they also charge for the training, and this makes things really hard. So I think that in Greece, Moodle is more popular than other LMSs, at least speaking for LMS. But I think that most people don't don't really know what open source mean, or they just find it free and popular, and that's okay. It works. Yes, house is a Greek word. And politics is also a Greek word. We will see. We hope that we will find a new order. House. I'm sure there will. There must be some. Would you like something else to share? Say. Come on. Can't open. Yeah. I hope you you could understand us. Thank you very much for being here with us. Although it was a family presentation, it was really nice to share those ideas with you.
Hi guys, it's Shane here. I just want to
Hussein,
say
I'm
thank you
sorry.
on behalf of the whole iMoot team for
It was
spending
too
the
loud
time
for
with us
you.
and taking us through that presentation, and also for the great discussion afterwards. It was great just to sit here
Thank
and
you
watch
very
it
much for your kind
unfold
words.
and hear all your comments. So thank you very much for taking the time out. Much appreciated.